Three places I saw Jesus raise death in the Bible. There was a time Jesus was preaching. He was preaching to the crowd, to the multitude. I don't want to go there because that is not what I want to speak from tonight, but I want to tell you a few things. As Jesus was speaking to the multitude or crowd, there came a certain ruler that worshiped him, saying, "My daughter is even now dead. Come and lay your hands upon her, and she shall live." Jesus arose, followed him, and so his disciples also followed. As he was on the way going, somebody came, saying, "Don't trouble the master again. The daughter is dead." Jesus said, "Don't bother that person. Just believe." When Jesus got there, he told them, "All of you get out." As people were making noise, he said, the child is sleeping." When he put away all of them, he went in and took the child by the hand. He woke up. I guess some people might say that is not a mega miracle. Didn't you hear him say he was sleeping? That somebody came and woke somebody that is sleeping. Is that a miracle? So they might argue it. Jesus got quiet. Another time was a son, the only son of a woman that was a widow, died. As they were carrying the child out, the way they carried the father of the boy out many years ago, the woman was weeping, because when the husband of this woman died, she wept and consoled herself on her little boy and believed that one day this boy will grow. So she hung her hope on this boy. And this is the boy that had just died now, the only son of the woman that was widowed. So the woman was crying, refusing to be comforted. At the gate of Nan, behold, the resurrection and the life. And Jesus came. She was weeping. He touched the people bearing the something, they stood still. He said, "Woman, weep not." I guess the woman will say, "This man don't know what I'm going through. The only hope I have is God." He said, "I shouldn't weep." He told the people that are bearing the something. He touched the boy. The boy sat up upon the people that were carrying. He restored the boy to the mother. I guess some people will also make a kind of argument. Maybe this boy didn't really die. This is not a mega miracle. Maybe the boy fainted and they carried him, and some breeze had touched him. He woke up. Why do you call this one a mega miracle? Heaven said, "Don't worry, we are coming with something that will surprise you." When Lazarus was sick, they told Lazarus, they told the master, "He who you love is sick." Jesus kept quiet. Since the world had been arguing our miracle, we want to surprise them. He waited, he didn't come, until they confirmed that Lazarus was truly dead. They buried Lazarus, bound him, buried him, he didn't come. He waited until after 4 days. He was sure he had started smelling, so he came. When he came, even the sister was, "Master, by now he stinketh. You don't need to open this thing." I guess heaven said, "We have come to finish doubt in the heart of men." By the time they brought Lazarus back to life, all the people that could argue miracle couldn't argue that one. In this meeting, the Lord will give you a miracle that will silence the mouth of your enemy. That is why we are here today. Excuse me. The reason why that thing has lasted. You have prayed all the prayers, and yes, the Lord have answered. I've not answered. It's because God wants to prove a point. Anytime the Lord is silent, it's up to something. So this evening, can I beg you to know, God is going to surprise your enemies in your life tonight. I'm going to read the scripture. The message tonight, I will try to see how I can cut it short. I'm going to make it a testimonial message from the scripture so I can pray with you. Your enemies can know you yesterday. And that's why they are talking. And that's why they are laughing. That's why they are laughing and mocking. They know you. They can even know you today. But can I tell you something? Can I talk to you? Yeah, tomorrow we surprise your enemy. There is something about you they don't know. God is about to manifest it. They are just talking based on what they know. Oh my God, eyes have not seen, neither has he entered into the heart of man what God have in store for those who he loves. Can I announce to you, you are Jehovah's lover. You can be, I say you are Jehovah's lover. He is about to reveal, to bring to light what your enemy didn't know, that they will open their mouth, they will not be able to close it. The Lord will silence the mouth of your enemies with unusual testimony. But now I want to preach. Have I started preaching? Am I preaching already? No, I thought I'm telling you a story. I thought I'm telling you a story. Let's go to the book of Psalm 100. Rina Hazukuri Brahanda. Psalm 102, verse 13. Malanananaha Karabosa. Holy Ghost, help me. All right. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Yea, the set time is come. Please don't miss tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to teach you a little about the mysteries of mercy. But tonight I want to preach on something else. I taught some mysteries of mercy in one Pentecostal church 2 years ago. I'm going there this August in their convention. Only mercy. People were crying for mercy. They crippled, rose, and started walking. That boy is about 40 years old. I'm going there this August again to see the young boy. He's still walking. I'm going to show you the power of God's mercy tomorrow. But now, the Bible says, thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Yea, the set time is come. Can I hear somebody say, my set time has come? You are talking as if you don't mean it. Can you mean it? Say, my set time has come. Look at your neighbor. Say, me, I don't know about you. My set time has come. Talk to another person. Say, me, I don't know about you. My set time is here. Listen. Set time is a time set by Elohim to perform things, to do something. The time set for the Lord to get some things done. Men have their own time, but can I beg you to know? Most of the time, the problem we will have is that we set time for God. God doesn't work with a human calendar. Oh, he has his own time. Bible says he maketh all things beautiful in his own time, not in your time. Why you are complaining is because you are setting time, you have forgotten that God has his own time. Set time. The time set by the Lord to get some things done. Listen. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Yet the set time is come. Listen. The original favor of God, it is Jehovah's mercy that preceded. You didn't hear me? Let me come again. It is the mercy of God that precedes God's favor. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Yea, the set time is come. Even if the time of the favor have come and the mercy is not available, it will be delayed. I'm not to talk about mercy now, tonight. I'm talking about Jehovah's set time to favor. Now, by the grace of God, I've traveled, I've preached many places. Through Intercessors for Nigeria, we have been teaching about the foundational issues. How wrong foundation of our fathers can stand and frustrate people's destiny. We've taught, I'm teaching, I see it, very practical, but excuse me, hear me this night. If the Lord has set a time to visit you and you're his own child, you're a child of God, and has set a time to visit you. When that time comes, your father's wrong foundation is too small to stop God. You didn't believe me? Do you understand what I said now? If your father's strong foundation stop God, God will cease from being God. Even though those are the principles, I get it. But I'm telling you that God is too big for something to hold him ransom. You can't stop God. So I'm going to give you a little story and connect it so that I will make sure that you understand, because I know we have a limited time. If we were the other side, we'll be talking for 2 hours. But we'll be managing the time. Listen. I had a story of a young man. Follow me carefully. This is part of the message. This young man is the only child of the parents. He is the boy and the girl all together. So the only child. This boy was a child of God. He was born again. A time came, he became sick. He was sick for 7 good years. I didn't say 7 days. I didn't say 7 hours. 7 years hospitalized. In hospital. Friends have been coming and praying. Yes, the sickness remained. People came around him. Prayed all manner of prayers. Yet they left him. You know, there is a problem you'll be going through. You will confess the sin you know. Confess the one you don't know. Anyone they ask you to confess, you confess. And yet the problem is remaining. There's one of my friends some years ago. He's a minister. Oh, he faced through one terrible battle like that. We were praying. We set up prayer network. It was a battle. I went to him. He said, Bashir, somebody told me I'm committed one terrible sin. I'm not committed sin, but I'm asking for mercy. I said, don't worry, we'll come out of this. So there are matter like this, that even when you have confessed the sin you know, the matter is remaining. You confess, they bring your grandfather home, bring everyone, say confess, you are confessing. And yet the problem is remaining. That was the case of the boy. At that point, he was abandoned by friends. But my joy is that this boy held on to the Lord. He didn't give up. But it was not a joke in that situation. Friends left him. The parents were doing everything to save the life of the only child they had, and they are of the age they can't get another. They spent all they had. They started selling properties. Yeah, the situation wasn't, improving. One day, the man went to a friend. The friend, he believed that even if everybody will abandon him, this friend will stand by him. As he was going to the man's house, he saw the man upstairs. He was happy. His friend was around. But his friend upstairs didn't know that the man had seen him. So immediately he sighted him coming. He entered inside the room. He said, tell that man I'm not around. So when he came, they brought the news. I got traveled. The man could not understand what was happening. You see, when things are going well, sir, friends, you will know you. It's when there is nothing going, you will know your friends. It's not the people hovering around you when things are moving well are the friends. It is when you are stranded, you will know the true friends. At that moment, the man concluded, maybe God has traveled. He will not come back again. man turned, going back to the hospital. As he stepped into the hospital, the doctor, the owner of the hospital, took a sword, cut off the remaining hope. He called the man. He says, "Sir, come. I appreciate all you have done. I am the owner of this hospital, but please stop going about to borrow money. Whatever money you bring, I am still the one you're going to give. Let me tell you the news. It's bad, but you have to accept it. This boy will not survive. No matter the money you bring, the boy will still die. Permit me today, by 1 o'clock a.m., while the boy will be in this sleep, let me inject poison into this boy so that this boy will go. You and your wife will put yourself together." The man looked up and looked down. He thought God is nowhere, anywhere to be found. He looked at the wife, he said, "Honey, what do you say?" He said, "You are my head. Whatever thing you say, I go by it." The man said, "I am tired. Let's go by the advice of the doctor." So they agree with the doctor that night, at the middle of the night around 1 a.m., the man with poison in the syringe will inject the boy to death. So they agree by tomorrow morning they should be coming with caskets to come and carry the dead body of the only child they had. While they were about to go, the mother turned. By the side of the bed, she knelt down. She started weeping. Women, you know, the heart of a mother. She was weeping. She was crying. She was mourning the son while the son was yet alive. The son turned and said, "Mom, stop weeping. My Jesus will heal me." The woman said, "We're with Jesus all these years. We spent all we had. We're in debt. If Jesus will come now, Jesus have come late." Let me tell you something. Many years ago, I was somewhere in Nnewi, in one village, to minister. I was ministering. I was to minister. People were worshiping God. I saw one old woman. As she was worshiping God, God opened my ear to hear what she was saying. You know what he said to, I don't know how I'm going to interpret it now. It was calling God's name. Well, my attention drew to what he said to God. He said, "Chineke ibo obianleti bianoge." He said, God is the one you consider as a late comer, but he came on time. God doesn't come late. Anytime he comes, it's the appointed time. He doesn't come late. I will say over your life, Jehovah will not come late in your situation. He said, if Jesus will come now, he has come late. The boy didn't know that the parents have agreed with the enemy that will take his life. The woman stood, getting to the door. He turned again. Look at the boy for the last time. Believing by tomorrow morning, they will take the boy away. The boy said, that same night, at the middle of the night, 12 a.m., the door of his room swapped open. He said he watched 3 men clothed on the white, majestically walking in. He said he was looking at this. He was trying to understand what was happening. They walked and get to him. Somebody say, divine set time. I can hear it say, divine set time. That was the time appointed by heaven for his visitation. They walked in. He was describing. He said the man at the middle, the hair in his head was as white as wool. He was describing from the leg coming up to, he said it was like a gold. What he was wearing, Now, by the time I heard the boy say, I didn't need the prophet to tell me that his senior brother he had been waiting for a very long time finally arrived. He said he came. When he came, he did hand like this. The other one carrying something like a cup, opened. He picked something from there. He opened his chest. He said he brought out something that is in a brackish form, rotting and smelling. Excuse me. As I came, I looked at that place, I saw 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These young men, in their own time, they look at the king and say, "Oh king, live forever. The God who we serve is able to save us from your fire. But even if he refuses to save us, we will still not bow to your God." In the midst of the trial, faith they are tested. Can I tell you, God can never trust the faith that has not been tried. These men understood that the fire of the king, that fire was a temporal fire. But there is another fire kindled by the King of Kings, that fire is eternal fire. They say, even if we are consumed by this, it is our body that is consumed. We will escape the eternal fire set by the King of Kings. Today, even in the Christendom, we see some people passing little challenges because they want quick relief. Some of them will they will quickly compromise because of the present trouble or the present time. But I have the scripture saying that the present trouble or this present time will not be compared with the glory that we believe in. If a lady that came out from school for 3 years didn't see a job and begin to feel that God has traveled and not come back, as you will go to a place to get a work, and he said, "You did well, but one more thing. Meet me in so hotel, only a night. You take the letter." And she will say, "For these 3 years, no job. This one that have come, is it not this?" She will think that God has traveled without knowing her faith is under trial. She will go there, just a night. She will collect the job. But whatsoever thing you do that is evil to get a job, you will keep doing to retain the job. But if you behave like Joseph, if I perish, I perish. To hell with this job that want to take God away from me, that faith will surely be rewarded. So, the boy said, he took away something. Many years ago, the Lord let me know. I went to University of Aspanda. Do you know University of Aspanda? Trev. You see, when I was doing business, I didn't know I was going to school unto the Lord. When I graduated, I said, "Get up on this place. This place is not meant for you." I don't know if there are people here that have idea of spare parts. Now, do you know spare parts? Motor spare parts. Do you sell any? Are you in business? You're not in business? I want people that are in business. Now, what do you say? Huh? Plumbing. Plumbing. Where are the people that sell spare parts? Aha, thank you, sir. What do you sell, sir? What kind of parts? Mercedes spare parts. Chakozoba. Bone joint, thyroid. Let me ask you, sir. The Lord told me something. He said to me, He is the one that gave the white man the brain that they used to to produce or manufacture vehicle. The little brain God gave them, after they finish building a vehicle, they know that one day bone joint will spoil. They build spare. Thyroid will spoil. They build spare. All right? So the day the thyroid will check, they will come to your shop. You give them another. Am I correct? The Lord said to me, son, every human being you are seeing, before I release the person, every part of the body I have spare in my warehouse. You're not following, you must follow me because you need to understand. God has spare parts. Excuse me, sir. You have spare eye. I'm telling you, you have spare nose. You have spare kidney. Spare whatever liver. It is in Jehovah's warehouse. And it is barely your name. It can only match you. So when the doctors will say, your heart is failing, what you need to do is to talk to Baba. I say have time to spare here on earth. The spare heart in the warehouse, I don't need it in heaven. Please, can you supply so that I can finish my job? Are you with me? Oh, you know why many people are dying or something they honor to die? They lack knowledge. So let me ask you, don't be angry. The people that want to buy thyroid, if they come to your shop, will they smile and laugh and you supply them? They just smile like this, you give them. Why? You don't give out like that. What's all we do? What do you do in nature? How do you give them? They will pay. Somebody say price. I can hear you say price. Listen, you have spare kidney, you have spare liver, but excuse me, heaven will not supply until you have paid in full. There is a price to pay for heaven to supply, and that is where we lack. Some people don't know how to access the throne of grace for what that is meant for them, so they will die of what they honor to die of. Let me close that chapter. The boy said, he took away that thing that was rotten, smelling, put it in the cup. He did hand like this. The other one open. He picked something from there, put back where I'm telling you, your spare parts is there. They saw it. You see that boy? He paid price. 7 years is not 7 days without a compromise. They put it. When they finished sewing the something, after sewing it, he said he smiled at him. He waved. He went back. He said he washed them, dropped them majestically. As they were moving, the gate saw the King of Glory and opened on its own accord. They passed. Few minutes they left from there. The boy said, as if something removed his eyes. He said, am I just dreaming? Strength from nowhere came upon him. The boy jumped off on his feet. He said, what is happening? What is happening to me? What is happening? Am I dreaming? Is it happening? This is what they call a mega miracle. Is it happening? A song came into his mouth. Chikemefola. Chikemefola. Jehovah Zara mebele kariotuntuwalanya. See, before I draw this microphone, this song will become somebody's song here. He was singing. Straight were coming. He was dancing. He couldn't understand what was happening. But he quickly understood that his elder brother, who had been waiting for, finally came. As he was dancing, lo and behold, it was 1:00 a.m. The doctor came with the poison in the syringe to come and inject the boy to the death. Can I hear somebody say satanic set time? You're not talking, say satanic set time. Aye, devil come late. May the devil come late in your life. The devil will come late in your family. He opened the door. He walked in and saw the boy dancing. The man wanted to run. He said, doctor! The man turned. By the reason of what God will conclude in this meeting this evening, after now, your enemies will see you are wrong. Those that said, you will soon come back to the village in wretched. You will come back to the village in corpse. As a corpse. Soon, they send you. We'll be arriving in the village on a tinted, or one kind jeep like that. They say, who is this coming? Which king is coming? All of a sudden you open the door and bring down your leg, and you are the one who come in. Those people that have been sacrificing to idol, saying you will come back as a dead man, they will see you are wrong. The doctor came back. What is happening here? Tell me what is happening here. He said, sir, do you see 3 doctors just slept here now? The man said, I am the chief medical director of this. Somebody say English. And he's just speaking English. He didn't know. There is he. The man said, I have consulted nobody. Tell me what is happening here. He didn't know there is he that need to enter. Don't need anybody to consult him to enter into any hospital. He was talking English. The boy haven't understood what had happened. He says, sir, there is he that is called the chief physician. If you are the one that performed this surgery, by now I might be in coma. I will be in pain. But there is he that is called the doctor of the doctors. He's here. He came here. The doctor left in confusion into his office. He was in state of confusion, considering what is this that has happened in my hospital. As he was in the state of confusion, the new song were coming. The boy was dancing. The man forgot he will tell the parents never to come as agreed. As he was in the state of confusion, new song were. I don't know if there is anybody in this meeting that can catch this one. By the reason of what Jehovah will do, every new song the Lord will give you will introduce fresh confusion in the camp of your enemy. The more you receive a new song, the more confused your enemies will become. He couldn't tell the parents not to come as usual. Before you know it, it was early in the morning. The parents have arrived with caskets. The mom has finished weeping. The eyes red, swollen. She was the first. Let me go and see the dead body of the only child I ever had. She came and opened the door. The boy was still dancing. Listen, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Ah! The boy was dancing. The woman wanted to run back. The boy said, Mom! The woman came back and touched. He said, this is the voice of my son. Spirit doesn't have flesh. Doesn't have bone. This is my son. He blessed the boy and stopped weeping and started crying. The tears of sorrow dried. The tears of joy started flowing. Son, what has happened? What happened? He said, Mom, I told you my Jesus will heal me. Is there anybody here that is still doubting? Irrespective of what you are going through, I am here to tell you he is able to do all things. I have seen God. Every day I keep seeing God restoring hope to the heart of the hopeless. I will soon round up. I think I still have some few minutes so I can pray with you. Before we round up, I will make a call. Not for everybody, but the who that cares. God is going to give some people this evening evidence. You didn't hear me. What did I say? Evidence that produces confidence. You know, there is evidence that preach gospel. The evidence people will see. They won't ask you any question again. Take us to your God. God will give somebody here an evidence. That thing that happened is an evidence. So tonight, before I round up, I'm going to be asking people who are desiring an evidence from God to come to the altar. Let's cry to God. Let's know whether this God is real, but I know it's real. But I round up by saying, I heard the Lord say in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, when you pass through the waters, talk to me. When you pass through, give me Isaiah 43. Give me verse 2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burnt, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Stop here. Listen. This is here the scripture says, when thou passest. It didn't say if thou passest. It seems to me there is a composite junction that a man that is going to his promised land must pass. There is water. There is fire. But the assurance is this: it will not destroy you. David said, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Sister at the back, can you stand? I hope you're not embarrassed. All right. That is your chair. All right. That is your position. That place, that chair now is your position. Come. You're going to pass like this now. You pass like this. You pass like this. You pass like that. You're going to that chair. That is where you're going. I'm moving. We're considering, I'm showing you the scripture now. When they pass through the waters. Sister, stop. Listen and understand that scripture. Bible didn't say if you pass into the water. No. It said when you pass through. Meaning, there is a place you are going, but water is the only road available. Fire is the only road available. You are not passing into fire. You are passing through fire. So when you go through it, you will come out to where you are going. You are not following. David said, even though I walk through the valley, these men, there are some things they know. David said, I am not walking into the valley or the shadow of death. I'm passing through it. I have a throne, but the only way leading to my throne is the valley and the shadow of death. So that is the only road available. That is what our sister is doing now. She is passing through. This is the only road available to where she's going. There might be fire on this road. There might be water there. There might be valley or the shadow of death. Maybe for 10 years you married. You have not had a child. Excuse me. You are not meant to pass into barrenness. You are passing through it. By the time you come out of it, he that have not had child will have 3 at the same time. Are you with me? Sister, I'll be going. No, I didn't come to entertain you. No. Church is not an entertainment center. Sister, stand there under your chair. Can I speak into your life? Can I talk into your life? Let me get a sister at her back. Yamuri katehembra hagarabos. You kateni ambelia. By the reason of this that has happened, I prophesy over your life. Malika Daniana Nanasa. You will not die on the way. You will not die by the wayside. You will get to your destination the same way you just walk through and get likabosa. Today, in the name that is above every other name, I release upon you on the basis of mercy grace to get to your destination, grace to kapaliana anchor, grace to get to your destination, power not to stop on the way, power not to die on the way. Woman, lift your two hands. Let the power of the Lord rest upon you. Even if there is anything around your life that want to say no to what your ear is hearing, in the name that is above every other name, I silence your mouth by the count of 5. Let the hand of the Lord rest upon you, that will help you get to your destination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power. Rakapala gadaosa. Yeriana kadababa hakuana. Likapraga tuana na askelia. Ikatambrani alana ansekro kaparia. Even if there is any mistake you have done in life, today the voice of mercy is again the voice of the mistakes of your past. Whatever mistakes you have done in life, this day mercy is overruling. Mercy is overruling. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion for the tide of favor. Yeah, the set time is come. Women, stop praying. I'm praying for you. Nothing is coming to you now because you're praying. It's come because the mercy found you. Remember, you know the former things. Behold, the new thing is come. The Lord is doing a new thing. It shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? Sister, stop praying. I'm praying for you. Don't cry. Caponi and Zelibra. Yerikate embrana gadabo sekroni anda. Likate embra ande gana ansa. Likate embrani ansa. Whatever thing that look like sorrow, whatever thing that look like pain, it be taken away. La nika dabra ande ganu sekroga. Ekabra gatuana na ansekronia. Likate brani ande gana ansa. It is not of him that willeth, of him that runneth. It is of the Lord that showeth mercy. Receive help from the Lord. The help is come upon you. The help is come upon you. The help is come upon you. Help her. Let gadababa gadaba sekro kapalahanda. Aholu monyije kike golo no zoya ewo mone jije ya hey. No lilanga we jonuya ihe palele moya osina olilanga de gozi na iluya ka etosili otutu sobu na echiche we jonuya ihe balili moya osina olila yadi. Thus said the Lord, the downfall of a man is not the end of his life. Lekuni and Brani answer. Somebody under the sound of my voice, sometimes, somehow, I didn't know some powers brought you down. But because you are in this meeting, thus said the Lord, you are bouncing back like a football. You will rise again. You will rise again.